So Guerlain just released their sixth flanker of their popular 2014 release, L'Homme Ideal. Is this one going to be better than the rest? Stay tuned and find out. So today's video is going to be another unboxing, first impressions, and update video. The topic of the House of Guerlain. It is our latest release in the Ideal line. We have L'Homme Ideal Extreme. So L'Homme Ideal Extreme from the House of Guerlain is a men's oriental woody fragrance released in 2020. The nose behind this fragrance is Thierry Wasser and is an eau de parfum concentration. Alright, let's check out the presentation. So here's the box for L'Homme Ideal Extreme. If you guys are familiar with the line, this does resemble the other boxes in the line. We just have a plain gray box here, some silver stripes going around the box. We have a orange, kind of a bright orange maroon square here with the name of the fragrance. A little bit of information on the back. Other than that, not too much going on with this box. Let's check out the bottle. So here's the bottle for L'Homme Ideal Extreme. Just like the box, this bottle does resemble the other bottles from this line. Nice square bottle, very thick and heavy. Good quality here with the bottle. We do have a maroon cap here that does have some grip on it. Some textures, kind of some cross-hatching cut out here for some grip. Nice step-up silver atomizer. Very heavy bottle, very sturdy. Really nice bottle from the House of Guerlain. Alright, so here are the notes for L'Homme Ideal Extreme. In the top we have almond, pink pepper, and bergamot. In the mid we have plum, cinnamon, and heliotrope. And in the base we round things off with leather, tobacco, patchouli, and cedar. So I do have a little bit of experience with Guerlain's Ideal line. I have tried a few of the flankers. I've tried the original, which I really liked. Didn't get the best performance for that fragrance, but it smelled amazing. I tried the cologne version, which is just a lighter version of that, but it's also very citrusy. So that one right there is a killer in the summertime. It smells great. And they just added a lot of citrus notes in there. To give it a fresher feel of the original, so really nice fragrance there. Again, performance is lacking, but it's still a really nice fragrance. And I've tried the eau de parfum version that was really nice. And I have yet to try the L'Intense version and the Sport version and the Cool version. And of course the Extreme version, which we're going to try today. But I've heard a lot of good things about this fragrance. My good friend Landshark, he is a reviewer on for Granica. Eric, I believe is his name. He posted a video or a picture talking about this one on Facebook the other day, and he was raving about it and said it's very nice. And I always trust his opinions because he likes a lot of the same things I like, but he's very he has a very keen nose when it comes to these fragrances, and so I really do trust his opinion. And so if he says this one's probably the best version out of all of them, I'm really gonna take his word for it. I was excited to see that tobacco was in this because tobacco for me is always a game changer. The plum in this sounds it's gonna be nice and fruity. I love plum in fragrances. The cinnamon makes me think it's gonna be spicy and or woody. But the almond's gonna be the note that's in the original composition, and I believe the bergamot as well. Not sure about the pink pepper, but I do like the added notes here because I do think it's gonna give it a nice feel. So I'm excited to try this fragrance. So let's give this fragrance a first impression. All right, here we go. Clean hand. Couple sprays. Good sprayer on this one. Okay. Definitely getting that original DNA off the top. I'm getting that almond note and the bergamot. The pink pepper is giving it some zinginess. It's spicy from that, but it's also, there's a freshness to pink pepper that I really like. That plum note starting to come in. Excited to see that this does have the original DNA. I should have assumed that it was going to, but I just didn't know how much it was going to be in there. This does also remind me of the eau de parfum version that came out a few years ago, and that was actually one of my favorites as well. I want to say that was probably my favorite from the line up until trying this one, because I haven't tried any other one since then. I'm getting a bit of that sort of DNA from that one. I believe that one had a lot of leather in it. This has leather as well. So I can definitely see this going down the line of the eau de parfum version. But this one has the added tobacco. I believe the other ones didn't have tobacco in there. I could be wrong, but I want to say they did not have tobacco. I want to say it just had leather in it. And that DNA. The leatherness is very strong. I want to say almost skanky, but it's not like bad skanky. It's very, there's a couple of leathers. Leather can be kind of dusty or subtle, or it can be kind of skanky, and I can actually get a little bit more of the leather skankiness in this. Yeah, it's very leathery. I'm surprised this is an Oriental Woody. I'm surprised they shouldn't consider it a leather fragrance, but it's just the top right now. But I'm getting a lot of the leather in this opening here. Yeah, it smells like a new pair of boots kind of leather. But it smells nice, very nice. Sharp, a little creamy and nutty from the almond, spicy from the pink pepper, fresh from the bergamot, fruity from the plum. Guessing that cinnamon's adding a bit of spice as well. Not getting to the tobacco so much. I'm getting the leather mostly out of everything right now when it comes to the base notes. There's cedar in this, but I'm not sure if I'm quite getting the cedar note that I'm used to getting predominantly. Whenever I get that, it's always a certain... I'm getting some woody notes, but it's not predominant right now. But definitely a more mature version, to my nose anyway, of the original L'Homme Ideal or the Ideal EDP. And again, I'm struggling not to say Ideal, because I want to say I heard that's what it's called. So you guys, obviously you're going to correct me in the comments, but I'm correcting myself now, so you can save the you can save the negative comments. Right now I can tell it's stronger than the original and stronger than the Eau de Parfum, I think. I don't have them side by side. Getting a little bit of tobacco right now, but it's not a lot. It's mixing really well with that plum note. So I'm really excited to see how that's going to turn out. Also mixing with that leather. So definitely getting a sharp, mature version of the original. But I'm liking this one. You know, the original was nice, but like I mentioned, the performance wasn't that great. And this one is just a version with more attitude, more gentlemanly version. But again, the biggest point of this one right now is that it kept the DNA. It's just stronger. That leather note's it's not gonna kill it for me. Some leather fragrances go over the top of that. No, this is blending perfectly. I'm getting a little bit of that tobacco and some of that plum, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this one develops tonight and over the next few days. So I'll give you guys an update shortly. Talk to you then. All right, well, I'm back with my update for L'Homme Ideal from the House of Guerlain. Yeah, so it's been the last few days with this fragrance, and I gotta say, I do like this fragrance, but again, it's not groundbreaking. It does remind me a lot of the original, more so the Eau de Parfum version, which came in the gray cap and the silver or the gray label. But this one was sort of a good combination of both, the original and of the EDP. It does start off with that nice almond note like the original, that DNA that we've all come to love if you tried Ideal. That DNA is pretty much a mainstay in I think all of the flankers. I haven't tried all of them, but all the ones that I've tried, that DNA is in the opening. But this one kind of goes into that cherry tobacco type of feel. This one does have leather, which I believe the EDP had leather, but the leather in this fragrance is more prominent. And this one also has the plum note, which I really like, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I do think this was a good combination of the original and the EDP, which is nice because I did like both of those. And this one did get better performance. And again, I'll get to that in a minute. But overall, I did get like a almondy, sweet, powdery, cherry tobacco, slightly leathery fragrance. In the first half of the video, I did really talk up that leather note because I guess just because I wasn't used to it being that prominent in the original DNA or the EDP. But I did notice it more in this one, but it wasn't overpowering. I really did overall just get a good combination of the original and the EDP version. Longevity for this fragrance was really nice. It did get better longevity than the original, and I did find that this one held on a little bit longer than the EDP version as well. So that was good. Yeah, I got 8 hours out of this fragrance consistently. Every time I wore it, I got 8 hours. I wore it to work a few times actually and lasted till the end of the day. So that was sort of my measuring stick for that one. Anything above 8 hours was probably just, you know, little residual wafts here and there. But I did get 8 hours consistently with this fragrance. Projection for this fragrance, again, I like the longevity. I got better projection out of Extreme than I did the original or the EDP. Again, that was just my skin. I'm not sure how those fragrances are on your skin. But on mine, the Extreme was way better. The first 2 hours, much like a lot of fragrances, were the best, but it did push out quite a bit. Got a little closer to the skin after that second hour, but I did get wafts throughout the day. This isn't a beast by any means, but it was better projection than the EDP and the original. Seasons for this fragrance, well, at first I thought this fragrance was going to be good in the warmer weather because it did start off with that nice, sweet, fresh opening with the pink pepper and the bergamot and the almond note, and it wasn't too over the top. But after, the minutes and the first hour rolled by, I did come to find this one was probably better in the cooler months of the year. It just got a lot sweeter and thicker and heavier, more mature. The leather note kicked in, that cherry tobacco note kicked in, and I really just can picture myself wearing this one in the cooler months of the year. Occasions for this fragrance, again, going back to the seasons, I really did think that opening was nice and not too offensive and sort of casual enough to wear during the day, just, kind of hanging out, doing casual things. But again, when that mature side of this fragrance came out, I really did picture this one more for evening wear. That sweet cherry tobacco and that patchouli really do give this one a more masculine, gentlemanly feel. So I can picture you guys wearing this one with a suit and tie, dressed up, date nights, nice and sexy and powdery and sweet. I think it's safe enough for work, but it's not strong enough for the club. Ages for this fragrance are going to be 25 and up. The opening is a little deceiving because it is nice and sweet and playful and a little youthful until those mature notes kick in. And then I think the younger noses might be turned off for this fragrance. This fragrance is still fairly brand new, and it's still asking just under $100 for a 100 ml bottle. So I do think it might be a little expensive for the younger guys, so you might want to wait for the price to go down a little bit. But I do think this fragrance would be perfect for 25 and up. So overall, I do like this fragrance, and I do think this one might be my favorite flanker of the line. It did, hold the best parts of my two favorite flankers, which again were the original and the EDP version. I believe this one encompasses both of those in this one bottle here. So if you have those two and you really like them, but just wish you could, maybe have both in one bottle, then you're going to want to try the Extreme version. I do think it's really nice. Again, it's nothing special just because it does smell like the original. It's just a stronger, more masculine, sort of butched up version of the original, and I do like that. That plum note, I really do like that plum note. Even though it does give off that cherry tobacco vibe, that plum note just makes it a little fruitier and gives it a bit of a different fruity take on that cherry tobacco smell, which just helps it kind of move along and helps it develop really, really well on my skin. So I really did like this fragrance. Again, not groundbreaking, but it was my favorite from the line. If you like fragrances like the more expensive ones like Tonka Imperial or Fed de la Suisse, you're going to like this fragrance. I think you're going to want to try it. If you like cheaper designers like Wanted by Man, 1 Million Privé, or just the original, you're going to want to try L'Homme Ideal Extreme. Alright guys, so now it's your turn. What are your thoughts on L'Homme Ideal Extreme? Have you tried this fragrance? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know your thoughts on this fragrance down in the comments below. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching the video on my channel. If you like this video, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications for future first impressions videos and fragrance-related content just like this. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Dollars and Cents. There, you'll find fragrance-related photos and future contest winners. And as always, until the next video, you guys take care. Thanks.